dogs and a baby because Casey's blowing bubbles, so the dogs are having a blast.
Is that show that Charlie Sheen did for a while? Three dogs and a baby.
That's probably a different category than we want to get into.
You don't want to talk hookers and cocaine?
I'm always ready to talk hookers and cocaine, but are the rest of you?
I mean, I'm ready.
All right, cookers and cocaine it is.
We can all watch as you assemble your wallet.
Dude, it's nice though. See, now it's black with a thin blue line. It was red and cowhide before. I've gotten 5 years out of those previous parts, that leather and band, so I'm not going to argue.
Mine does not require any assembly. It's as you can see, it's seen its better days here.
Yours is also not slim and compact either.
No, it's not.
Jade, hey, Foghorn. You have to excuse the barking horse in the background.
Put it down.
No more.
Jade, calm your tits.
No, mine is not slim and compact. It's all the money I don't have in it.
That tends to happen.
Good day.
The only difficulty is it's a bitch when you first go to put stuff in here because it needs stretching.
Hey yo.
Yeah, you got to open it up wide. Oh shit.
Go on.
My niece is eating my socks. Terrific. They look delicious. I don't blame her.
They're full of nutrients and vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins, all right. Bear Grylls says it like that. Vitamins.
A lot of people give him shit, but he gives legit tips. I mean, it's good info, even if he does stay in a hotel room at night.
I mean, what one of those guys really doesn't stay in a hotel room at night? I mean, seriously. You expect me to believe that all rich people on the television don't stay in hotels at night?
Well, people gave him crap because they're like, oh, those situations are presented to him. Yeah, they are. They say that at the beginning of the episode. Like,
all of them are presented to them.
That comes up. I mean, they're like, oh,
you mean to tell me these people like just went out in the woods and managed to just have a camera crew with them when they're in a survival situation? I mean, seriously, go pound salt up your ass.
They get pissed off. They're like, he gets help from local professionals and stuff. And it's like, do you see the massive amount of places that he goes to? He couldn't possibly know all that crap about every place he goes.
He should know everything. I mean, come on. He's a TV guy.
He'd be walking around with a head as big as the guy that I work with.
Whoa, no. See, my last wallet, all these cards fit. This new one, it does not because the leather hasn't stretched yet. Jade, I'm going to throat punch you.
You know who never stayed in a hotel room? Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin was also never on site for more than a day.
Steve Irwin also died.
He's like a national hero down there.
Jag off. Oh, sorry, that's Gareth. Okay. I forgive you, Gareth.
Who's the bigger hero in Australia? You think it's Paul Hogan or Steve Irwin?
Paul Hogan's my personal one, but hey.
What do we know?
Nothing. Can you two seriously go fight somewhere else? There's literally two dogs fighting on the back of the chair I'm sitting on. It's like, can you just piss off?
I think dog fighting is illegal.
Well, it's not an actual dog fighting league, jackass.
I mean, it could be.
No, it's not. I can assure you.
It could be. We could make it one.
We should not make it one and say we did.
We should not do it and not say that we did either.
Perfect. Okay, now I can show you what the wallet looks like. See? Very minimal thickness.
We're competing against Gil and Zach now? What the hell is going on here?
Hi, sweetie pie. Look at there. Cookie, who's there? Say hi. Hi. See what I'm saying? The RBF is unbelievable right now.
Yeah, she's not having it.
I'm not having anything right now.
Well, she's like,
Unless
go
you're-
back down there. I want to be with the dogs.
Unless she's crawling around trying to get into water bowls and shit. That's headphones. Please don't pull this. Or eat them.
I'll just yank it like you're starting a chainsaw.
Yeah, she's going to be here in a second. Hey, Ken, you suck. Okay.
He came in for 5 minutes just to go, hey, I'm going to work.
She's really staring at me now that I just ate a french fry.
She's working out the math on it.
You're not having it, are you? No.
No.
Hi, Scout. We got 4 dogs and a child now.
4 dogs and a baby. That was definitely the show that
Baby on.
he was on.
See the puppies? Say hi, Noel. No? You're a miserable one today.
No, she's not very talkative.
Well, she's definitely not talkative because she can't talk yet.
Well, that's no excuse.
Oh, Christ on a cracker.
Oh, he closed it out. Jerk. Come on. Come on, come back in. Now we all wait in bated anticipation. Ah, there he is.
Yeah, when
Closed
the
it,
baby,
you jerk.
well, when the baby went away, she grabbed the whole of the damn headphones.
Yeah, blame the baby.
Mm-hmm. I got a furry baby. Say hi, Scout. Go look at me. Look at the camera. They want to see your face.
She wants a french fry, too.
Have you seen the size of her? She don't need any more french fries.
We got a cat that goes insane for french fries, dude.
My dog does too. She's nuts for french fries. Hi, little Scout.
Also, Garrett disagrees with you on this. He says Steve is the bigger hero.
Is he a bigger hero just because he died?
These are the things. I think that would make him a martyr, not a hero.
Mm.
Chick-fil-A is always a good choice.
It is. Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go. Where's that one guy that likes when we do that?
Yeah. So I ordered this stuff off of internet for my airsoft rifle. It's a Sig Sauer MSR red dot, and
Is it
I think
that?
it's a Romeo
that
Juliet
Romeo?
3. Yeah, magnifier. Yep, got that in yesterday. Installed it this morning. Haven't had a chance to fuck with it yet, but that's because as soon as I woke up today, I had to get moving.
You know, you can eat dinner before we start these things.
No, then people wouldn't be jealous of me eating waffle fries.
You're not doing it right if you're not dipping it in the delicious Chick-fil-A sauces.
I don't have any sauces with me.
You bastard.
Casey has Polynesian.
Eh.
I like the regular Chick-fil-A sauce, so it's some good shit.
Chick-fil-A sauce is pretty good. Their ranch is really good, too. We're talking about things that Gareth has no idea about.
Mm-mm.
Do they have
Look at
Chick-fil-A
that,
in
look at that big
Australia?
bastard.
Do they even have chickens in Australia?
It's probably kangaroo fillet.
I bet they don't. I mean, let's face it, it's not even a real place. Hey, I mean, how can you have chickens in a place that doesn't exist? You just can't.
Maybe they have one at that special sports stadium.
You think there's one inside of the stadium?
I
That
heard there's
cannot be
people.
named.
I heard that they like chicken, so
No comment. There's about 4 different directions I can take that. I'm not taking any one of them.
oh come on.
No.
Oh, fuck. Almost dropped one. Haha. The dog's
He
like
says
staring at
there's
me.
no chickens in Australia.
There's kangaroo fly.
God,
Oh, it's a mythical place.
what's our whining? Like,
Who's back there whining? Scout? Scout, what's your problem? Scout, you want a french fry? Come here, Scout.
I think she's the one that threw it back there.
Never mind. Stay over there.
Be that way.
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of see how you get to the point of thinking that Australia is not a real place when you look at the animals that they have in that country and sort of the wide variety of climate that they experience. But I mean, one satellite image of the Earth kind of proves
Hi,
that
Scout.
it is real.
Hi, sweetie.
Good, well, you know, get out. Go.
Hi, sweet Scout.
You are a paid crisis actor, Gareth. You get that right.
Yeah. Well, that's why. I was like, why are these comments not showing up? I was on our private chat where we talk about our privates.
Where we talk about the football stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk
Is
about
it-
our privates. That's why it was such a short conversation.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, this guy got
Was it
jokes.
Was it a football stadium or was it like a
You
was
have
it
to
a
ask-
rugby stadium?
You have to ask Garth.
Girth.
I'm gonna start calling him that. Just because it sounds like I'm talking to him in a hick voice. Garth.
Makes me think of Garth from Wayne's World. I'm now picturing him with like a blonde mullet.
He might have a blonde mullet.
Blonde mullet and then a Australian accent.
It's possible.
Just Garth from Wayne's World just running around. Good day,
Garth.
mate.
Rugby stadium, he said.
So it was not football, which is actually soccer. So confusing.
Oh, okay. Thank
What
you.
in the hell was that?
That was my father-in-law saying their vacuum is a Hoover.
It sounded like your ceiling just spoke.
Well, we are down in the basement. He opened up the door to the steps. So
That was wild. The way it came through the headphones legitimately sounded like your ceiling was talking.
well, he probably thought he was like damn near directly above us, so it makes sense. Because literally right behind my phone is the steps.
Gotcha. Cricket
So I
in the
can see-
summer. Cricket is the most ridiculous sport ever.
It shouldn't even be a sport. It should be illegal. It's
It,
one thing they should make illegal in Australia, and it isn't.
I feel like it really should be illegal. It makes absolutely no sense. Have you ever heard like anybody call a cricket game? Listen to like 30 seconds of it.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get a beer. I'm gonna roll to the left for a second. You talk.
You're gonna roll left. Sounds like he's a freaking Navy SEAL. Cricket is boring. It looks like it's boring. I mean, how do you even score that? The scores don't even make sense. There's a bowler, and then this guy like whacks the crap out of the ball. The bat looks cool as hell. I'll give him that. The
It
cricket
looks like I want to like hit somebody in the thumb with it.
the
All
cricket-
right, so today, Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA.
Juicy Haze.
Yeah, it's one of the ones I haven't tried, but Voodoo Ranger, if anybody likes IPAs, makes some terrific IPAs.
Sounds like a Jimi Hendrix song.
Oh, that is good. Mm. What was our subject for this week?
You were supposed to come up with that.
Oh, I failed miserably.
Yeah, you just had that look of like the kid that just got told to turn in his report.
Whoops.
The what now? You look at cricket like we look at the NFL. What the fuck is going on? At least there's a defined goal in the NFL. It's to get from this side to that side. I mean, cricket is like they're just running back and forth.
Do we want to roast the Alphabet Bureau this week? I'd like to roast them.
What, the ATF? That should be a
Yeah.
convenience store, not a government agency. Could you imagine a convenience store where you could go in there and get alcohol, tobacco, and firearms?
I feel like that's probably a thing in Texas.
They would have lines longer than Chick-fil-A.
That's pretty long.
The Chick-fil-A is always wrapped around the building.
Yes. Tell you what I did today. It was wrapped around the building and actually out into the parking lot of the strip mall. So we literally, like, because we had just come out of the furniture store that's right across from it, literally put it in for curbside, went over there, sat there for about 5 minutes, and the food come out. It was fucking hysterical. So, like, all these people waiting in line haven't even gotten their order in yet. And in like 10 minutes tops, like, we had ours and we're gone.
Yeah, but see, that requires an app on my phone.
I don't think she did an app. I think she just did it online, like went on the browser.
Can you do it off the website?
I did
Because if you can do it on the website, I'm cool with that.
it through the app.
She did it through the app. Never mind.
See, I'm not doing that because they're going to track you. Then next thing you know, the ATF is at your door because
The
you
Alphabet
bought a
Bureau.
because you looked at a Polymer 80 website like 3 years ago.
The Bureau of Assholes, Twats, and Fuckheads.
Pretty much. I do
So
like
see, they want to track down the people who bought arm braces for their AR pistols and make them register them now.
they don't have serial numbers.
I know. But they wanted you to register, like, hey, such and such has a arm brace for their AR pistol.
Well, I like how with the whole Polymer 80 thing, they told their Polymer 80's lawyer sent the ATF all of their kits and asked the ATF to review them. And you can actually go online and read all the documents and everything. And the ATF was like, oh, yeah, this one here, yep, that's perfectly legal. There's nowhere on there that indicates where to drill the holes out, what to do, anything like that. 100% legal. Every single kit came back like that, and then they're still going after them.
I was waiting until you were done talking to stop doing that.
You waited like 10 seconds after I was done talking.
Yeah.
You timed it very poorly.
Yeah, it happens. Well, I don't even know what the craze with these Polymer 80 is anyway, because they're fucking garbage. They're
Are they?
junk. Yes, Ken, Peggy. Exactly. He gets it. What are you doing, Jay? I had this old gum band off my wallet, Girth, and I was going like this.
Girth.
Girth. Oh, Peggy. Yeah. Inside joke. Anyhow, they're garbage anyway. They're
All
so
you're
many
getting
times-
is all you're getting is a what is it? It's a Glock 17, I think.
I think they could do 19s too.
I know
could
they
be
have
wrong.
like 2 Glocks, and I think there's a Canik or however
Yeah,
you say
Canik.
it. Canik.
Canik. I was beating my meat. Yes, thank you for noticing. Because my meat is apparently short, thin, and red.
Like a dog.
So
I don't
Um,
really know anything about the Polymer 80 outside
Well,
of like
I know when they had come about, didn't really care, truly, because I didn't want to go through the work of dremeling shit, drilling shit, and everything to make a gun out of it anyway. Because I figure, the firearm works fine as it's designed, so I could not give a shit less about it because it's, it's a ghost gun because it's not registered. Well, most of those manufacturers put the serial number in multiple places, so
I think technically don't you still have to register it because if you get stopped, like say
well, yeah,
if you
that's
get,
the thing.
if you
It
get
is-
stopped by like a police officer in a traffic stop and they find it and it's not registered,
Well, that's the thing too. Is
kind of treading into
you
like
don't
a gray
you don't
area.
have to register it because you're just buying a chunk of fucking plastic. But
Right.
when you turn a chunk, anybody could I could turn a chunk of wood into a firearm. Well,
Right.
if it's a firearm and shoots bullets, it has to be registered in some form or another.
Right, because you you
So-
said, you could take a 2x4 and a piece of black pipe and make a zip gun in 5 minutes.
I mean, and like I was saying, I thought Jay was picking the subject. Well, I did, Jerry. I just started ripping on the ATF. Come on, get with the program.
Which again should be a convenience store, not a government agency.
Precisely. But when they had come about, and I didn't have an interest in them, and I still don't. I know somebody who's super interested in them, and he's a jackass and doesn't even know how to shower, so I wouldn't trust him making a gun for me. Anyhow, people were shooting them, and after so long, like the fucking frames were like exploding and shit. And I'm like, what's the point? Like, if you're going to shoot it like 100 times and the fucking thing's going to blow up, what the hell's the point of it? I mean, really.
I can kind of see the appeal of. I can see the appeal of them, and it would be kind of cool to like mill it out yourself, I guess, and be able to say that it's 100% your own. But
right, you can make it exactly how you want it, which is fine. But
there's not a lot of customization really with a Glock 17 or a Glock 19 or.
There is, but it costs. You know, if you want to actually have the frame altered, you really got to send it to somebody who knows what the hell they're doing.
I mean,
because it's not very thick.
Do they send a trigger group with it?
Oh,
I don't know. I never even really.
I don't know anything about them because like I said, I was never interested in them at all. Because never once had my attention.
Well, just from reading the article, from what I understand, it looks like they send the unfinished lower, the slide, and the barrel. But I can't remember if they sent the trigger group or anything like that. Because I mean, I know.
Well, see, then there's a thing there is like you got a whole bunch of parts that you're putting together, and one, like we were saying before, in one form or another, that gun's going to be illegal because, yes, is the frame itself illegal? No, not likely. But when it's a fully assembled firearm, and there's no numbers on it in a pistol variety, you know. A rifle is different because, or at least in some areas like where we live, they're interchangeable without paperwork. You don't have to go and do a federal paperwork transfer.
Right. And you don't need federal paperwork here. I mean, they tell you a bill of sale is a good idea in case that guy decides to go rob a convenience store or something. Right.
Bill of sale. And when you go to a gun store and buy a rifle, you know, you have to pass a background check, but that's it. But you know, pistols, I mean, they have to be registered. You buy one off of somebody, you have to go to the gun store and go through the registration process.
Well, that's for good reason, too. I mean...
Granted, around here, the registration process is virtually useless because by the time the paperwork is actually put forth by the state, most people don't even own those guns anymore.
I have no idea how long it takes. Actually, I think in this state, the paperwork never leaves the shop itself.
Up here, it does, but I can tell you right now that unless you've owned the firearm for probably more than like 5 to 7 years, there's no records.
Yeah.
So. The Glocks are... They are what they are, Jerry. I mean, that I could certainly see they don't appeal to a lot of people, and I could see why. I mean, they're
ugly.
They're ugly, but they're not the most comfortable grip for everybody. But I like some of the newer ones a lot. They're like the 43X and the 48 because of the shape and the capacity and the slimness and everything. So I mean, they're doing better, and I like seeing now that they're throwing more, you know, Cerakoted guns, more two-tone guns and stuff like that. So they're kind of getting there, but they were definitely behind the times from everybody else.
What generation are they on now? 5, I think?
5. Yes.
Yeah. I know the first 4 generations killed me because you see these Glock guys, and they're kind of like this. There's this weird cult following around them. To where they're like, oh, Glock is the only thing ever. And then you talk to them, and they're like, well, I upgraded the sights to night sights, and then I had a lighter trigger put in it. And they take like this $500-$600 gun, and they put like another $500 in it. I'm like, or you just go find a $500 gun that you like and throw some night sights on it.
Yeah, I mean, I have this wonderful airsoft gun.
Airsoft is a fun sport.
Yeah, it's over there. I'm not going to go get it. truthfully, because I don't feel like getting up. But doesn't cost too much more than a Glock and way better.
Is it an airsoft gun made by Dan Wesson?
No, it's an airsoft gun made by H&K.
Ah. But yeah, I don't.
Costs, they're about, what, 600 new, I think. Glocks are 550, so I mean, virtually there and same capacity as a 17, so.
Yeah, and
For airsoft pellets, you know. So I have 17 round airsoft magazines.
Gareth is sending photos. If I
Dude,
can,
I haven't
I'll tell
I haven't
you.
responded to that chat in like months.
Gareth, I could probably tell you what it was if she'd take her freaking hand off of it.
What are you talking about? The bean footage?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a Glock, Gareth. I can tell you that. He sent a photo. He's actually, I don't know. He's going through the 58 step process to get a gun in Australia.
Good luck with that, buddy.
Dude, no joke. It looks like on the grip of the gun. It's hard to tell because he's got his lady friend holding it. But it looks like on the grip of the gun, he's got an American flag, like decal on it or print or something.
Can we show it or?
I don't know. Let me.
I've
see.
showed airsoft guns before.
Yeah, I don't. The trick's going to be getting it up onto the computer because he sent it to my phone.
That's true. That's okay. We'll let it go.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that off the top of my head at the moment.
That's okay. I just wanted to see what an Australian gun looked like, you know, if it's like a high point or something.
No, it's not a high point. Honestly, it looks almost like a Smith & Wesson or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, I feel like I gotta take a shit. I'll see flag. Okay. Okay, Gareth. Okay.
Oh, balls.
I can show you guys this because this is what a box for a Dan Wesson looks like. I just bought an empty box with no gun in it.
Was it just the box, huh?
Because look at what a high quality box this is. That's what he said.
Oh, it looks like a box that they give you when you buy a FN.
And this, yes, exactly what it reminds me of.
With the molded plastic like that.
Yeah, it's like a
Actually,
nice
the
soft
molded
rubber.
foam. Oh, is it soft? Okay.
Yeah, I like this nice bottle opener they gave me. It's actually a barrel wrench for what gun would actually be in there, which I can tell you, not because I own one,
wrench for your long neck beer bottles.
Yeah, which I can tell you for that gun that I definitely don't own, you would definitely need the barrel wrench because it's very, very tight. It's Austrian, so is that a Glock? Or you mean the flag?
No, it's definitely not a Glock. I mean, unless Glocks just look way different in Australia.
You never know.
It's got a.
That probably does sound like I'm beating my meat.
It's got a safety on it that looks almost like an FN57, like sort of that style.
Oh, that's definitely not a Glock. Glock doesn't make safeties.
Yeah, I mean,
no manuals. Manual safeties.
But I know FN, they're Belgian, so
Yes.
I don't know. We could do some Googling here. Let's see. Some of this stuff gets weird too.
Well, goddamn it, Gareth, what kind of gun is it? Just tell us. Does Australia let you do that? Tell us who makes it.
Does Australia do they let you discuss?
Yeah, do they let you talk about what takes you like probably 7 months to get? It's like trying to buy
longer than 7 months.
It's probably like trying to buy a suppressor or an SBR here. Because those are very bad. Heaven forbid you protect your ears or your barrel length is less than 16 inches.
It might be a Grand Power, which is sort of a unknown firearm manufacturer.
Oh, it's a ghost gun. You're going to get in trouble, Garth.
I like how he said it could be a Belgian gun. I'll have to go back next week and look.
I didn't even know that. Do they have gun stores there, or do you have to like literally go to the federal government agents and try to obtain one?
He's got to go to like a gun range, from what I understand. Could
Kinky. Where do you get your guns from, Gareth?
Yeah, how do you? That's what we need to do. We need to discuss. We need to bring him on here and discuss how in the hell does one get a gun?
Gareth, you want to join in here right now?
Right stat now?
Like exactly this particular moment?
Like this very second.
If not, I'll punch you in your Australian wiener. Okay, I probably won't do that because it's pretty much all. That's a really long flight just to ball tap someone, but mentally.
Just to cup check him.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Just to ask him what the capital of Thailand is.
So it appears that it's hammer fired.
Oh,
I think it's a grand power. See, he's got two different ones here.
I mean,
can't tell what the other one is.
if I could pull up Facebook Messenger without exiting out of this stream, I would look for myself. But
Yeah.
if I do that, it will exit out of the stream yard.
StreamYard. It sounds like something you do when you've had too many beers.
You have a problem with my burping? Why? Oh, it's gross. Really,
Listen,
it's gross.
You tell her there's one guy that likes this, that watches
Yeah.
that really likes
We
it.
have a viewer that likes that. Yeah, back at you. I'm gonna throw something at her.
So, is Polymer 80 the only one that makes those kits? Let's see.
Sorry, something just went whizzing past my head.
Me and your munchies.
80%.
You better not eat my damn munchies. You got your own bag. Why are you eating my bag? Okay, you better be.
So apparently they're not the only company that makes that.
Mm.
Probably gonna end up on a list for looking this up, but
We're gonna end up like getting the channel shut down because we're like talking poorly about the Bureau of Assholes, Twats, and Fuckheads.
that's all right. The channel's barely hanging on as it is. It's fine.
Like, what's gonna happen? Are all 7 viewers gonna report us?
If we had 7, we'd be doing nearly twice as good as we are.
Ooh, man, you're a bunch of bastards. You are.
Yeah, so apparently there's like another company that makes these polymer 80% frames.
Well, that's the thing is like they're gonna take them out. Great. Well, somebody else is just gonna start doing it anyhow. I mean,
There's a bunch of them. I mean, I just Googled it and like 25 freaking places popped up. What I don't get is how you sit there and tell them on a piece of paper that, yeah, everything you did is 100% okay, and then we're still going to shut you down. It's an FN 509. That's a Belgian gun.
that is a Belgian gun.
Boy, you better hope that
509. It's a nice gun.
you better hope that your instructor isn't watching. He's not going to be happy with you.
I like the 509s. The 509 tacticals are pretty cool too.
I called it though. I told you it's got a safety just like an FN.
I can't imagine why.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's got to be a damn conspiracy. Everything's a conspiracy now. Conspiracies.
God damn it, Girth. Oh my.
I like how he said it's an FN 509, but he sent me 2 different photos of 2 clearly different guns.
Hey, want to see what I'm carrying knife wise today? Here you go.
Knife.
Ken Onion. You have to excuse the blood on it. I promise you that is my own. I was trying to dig out a splinter one day, and, well, it ended poorly.
I just got Old Faithful.
Benchmade Griptilian.
It was not the same gun. One had a stainless steel slide, and the other one had a painted black slide. Don't give me that crap.
God damn it, Girth. I kind of like saying that. Is David Cook here? I have a famous line for him.
I haven't seen David Cook.
David, you're a fucking. Just kidding, buddy.
Same gun. You are a liar. You are a liar, sir.
You Alcy bastard.
Jay, I will send it in the little group chat, the 2 photos that he sent me, and you tell me that that's the same gun.
In what group chat? Our group chat?
In our group chat, yeah.
Can I see pictures on there?
The one with me, you, and Girth? Yeah, you can.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
I think I have notifications turned off for my messenger, so it won't pop up. Or else I would be able to look at it.
I'll send you a dick pic through text messages afterwards. That way you'll know.
Okay.
That'll be the sign.
Sure thing.
I think it's only Girth watching right now, so we can just roast him.
Yeah, you fucking Alcy prick.
Tell me it's the same gun, you liar.
So, what'd you do this week?
You only use one gun because that's all the country of Australia has.
What'd you do this week, fella?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the other fucking asshole behind you.
Oh. Yeah, he comes and goes. Not much. I mean, work is slow. Not many people doing much right before the holidays, so
Yeah.
I work Monday, and then I do not work for the rest of the year. I have 13 continuous days off.
Lucky you. I work all week straight through Christmas Day. But then the following week I have 4 days off before New Year, so as far as work, I don't know. I don't remember doing a whole lot. Other than screwing with that same air handler that I posted a video of. And snow removal.
Changing free stats on that one?
Changing free stats, securing which ones, other ones where the sensors come loose, and it's a bitch because all those negative error rooms we have, which I think we have like 110 now, all the returns are blocked off, so the poor unit's like starving horrendously for return error. So we can't open up the outside air dampers anymore because we'll be like freezing it like every other fucking hour. So we have it sucking air from basically within the room that it sits in. So it's the only place. Yeah, there was
clean air.
There was literally nowhere else to get it from. Like all the relief dampers and everything are already open. There's just nowhere for it to come from. We have run out of relief for it. So, and because of all the negative air pressures, I can't turn it off while working on it. So,
yeah,
I just basically work in 142 mile an hour winds.
It's great, isn't it?
It's not bad once you cross the threshold of the doorway.
Yeah, once you're in it, it's not terrible.
Yeah, then it's like 20 mile an hour wind. Basically, it feels like because it's just because the pressure's balanced within there. It's just the pressure change from where you're coming from to where you're going. But it'll practically, like walking into it, it'll practically fucking knock you over.
Oh, it'll take your breath away too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
it actually, when I went in there, it sucked. I had a mask on and it sucked my mask off my face.
Well, as long as there's no COVID on it.
There could be. Because that's before the HEPA filters, so
Yeah,
those are only bag filters in there.
that's the
That
way
sounds
the
it's not bad. It's just, especially Gareth, once you get back to the other side where it's actually still drawn from within the building, like the actual building, not the mechanical room, it's really fucking cold, like really cold, because that's where you really feel the return air mixing with the air from outside, and it's fucking freezing there. And you got 30, 40 mile an hour winds when it's like 30 degrees outside. It's fucking cold right there.
like last year we were working at that pharmaceutical place. It was January, I think. We were having an issue with the freeze trap. Well,
Mhm.
it's a laboratory, so it's the same thing. We can't shut it down, but a couple days a year, and everything's got to be planned well in advance, and tons of paperwork and all that crap. And
So most of the time, you better to just go with it.
yeah, exactly. If you can do it
Yeah,
while it's
I know.
running, it's a lot easier. And we were in there cleaning the evaporator coil, and it was like 20 degrees out, and yeah, like you said, 30 mile an hour winds with 20 degrees, and
Yeah,
yeah,
it gets cold
it's
quick.
fun.
I would love to be. I don't know. I'll have
Start
to
wielding a garden hose.
figure it out. Maybe I'll do it Christmas Day. I'd like to be able to get you guys a shot of the actual squirrel cage while it's running. It'll prove to be difficult because when I open that door, I'm going to feel all 142 mile an hour worth of wind. Right there where the squirrel cage is. I'm going to feel
Hold on
it
to
real
your phone
bad.
tight.
I'll have to open like all the doors up there in the mechanical room, let it shoot down the stairwell and shit, because it's going to, because did it a couple times while it was running because we had a bad vibration in it one time and I needed to see it while it was running. And that unit is old, so it's not on the drive. It's 100% full steam, 24/7, 365.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a mixture of the 15 horsepower return fan and the 75 horsepower supply fan.
I don't remember how much that motor is on that lab unit. Can't remember. It's a big bastard. I know that. When you're changing the belt, or when we're changing the belts on it, I usually just sit on the motor. It's big enough for me to sit on. So
Oh yeah, this one's plenty big enough for me to sit on. That's what she said.
we had one guy we were working in a theater, big one of the big theaters up in Charlotte, and he was adjusting some belts and fixing them, and he didn't lock the disconnect. And the maintenance guy walked into the room while he was. Luckily, he had just stepped out of the unit, but the guy turned it on, and when it kicked on, it was a backwards impeller fan, and it's the same thing. No drive on it. It's 100% all the time, and I want to say that's a 75 horsepower motor.
I love the squeal those let out. I love the squeal those let out when they turn on. Holy Christ! Yeah. It's like even if I'm back in the compartment where the coils are, and that son of a bitch turns over, it's obnoxious. Luckily, even if somebody throws a disconnect somehow while I'm in there, it still has a 5-minute delay on it.
No, not this one. This one's got about 5 seconds.
Now I got 5 minutes for the pneumatic system to reset.
Yeah, this is all DDC, so it's a little quicker.
Yeah, this is all pneumatic.
But it slammed that door shut so hard that he actually had to go out and buy a pop rivet gun to put the door back together.
Yeah, we what we have to do if we have to get in where the return dampers are, because the pressure of the air, on the return side is so great, you can't open the door. So we have to actually generally open a supply door, like we're near where the supply is, to relieve the pressure, just to get that back door open. Because we were up there one day trying to get the door open. We had two of us with our feet on the side of the unit yanking on it, and the door, two of big guys, we could not get it to open.
75 horsepower
For a
motor
fan, yes.
for a fan.
Yes.
Weighs about 300 pounds.
Oh, really? That's a light one. You're lucky. You're truly lucky. You know You know, mine weighs about 890 pounds. It weighs a ton. We literally have an engine hoist up there ready if we got to change the motor up.
I mean,
That's
I'm
how we-
just guessing. I never lifted the bastard personally. We actually
had-
set up a gantry when we had to change that motor mounting bracket. So
We changed a 40 horsepower motor that weighed 390 pounds.
okay, so
So yeah, I think it may be 700 pounds or so, but either way, it's 700 or 800 pounds for 75 horsepower. Our chilled water pumps on the 650 ton chillers, each one is 125 horsepower.
I did do that. I did work on a water cooled chiller over the week.
Each one of those motors weighs 1,600 pounds. Damn near a metric ton. The only reason I know is because literally on the nameplate, it has a weight written on it.
That's TONNE.
Now, they are, I don't know, they generally come shipped as an assembly with the actual impeller pump portion of it's on there, not just the motor itself. So you might lose some weight if you took that off, but still you're talking something well over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. Well, those volutes are pretty thick cast. I bet you they're heavier than you think.
Oh Christ! Oh hell yeah!
That's probably. I'd say it's probably half the weight if I had to guess.
Yes, I mean it's fun though. You know, it you know, no offense to the people who do residential work, but it beats the living hell out of residential work.
Yes, it does.
It's so much more fun. Sorry, I'm in the fridge getting another beer.
Well, it's a lot like Australia too. Everything is looking to kill you.
Yeah, I'll have to show you guys too if I can get that open without causing too much of a problem. I'll have to show you how I get to the opposite side of the housing, because so this is one big air handler with 2 supply fans in it, and to keep the airflow moving correctly between the 2 housings is a wall in the middle of the unit, and you have to get to the far sides a lot during the PMs to clean the drain pan. There's no room near the pan because of where the motor is. You have to crawl under the front portion of the squirrel cage, which is really fun. Super. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Maybe I'll do that Christmas Day because nobody else will be there, so I won't have to tell everybody else, like, hey, you know, ignore all the alarms that are going to come in because I'm going to film a fucking video. I'll be the only one getting alarms, so.
There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah. We could definitely use one of those for your boat. We could probably drive you pretty well.
If it'll fit.
Yeah, I was going to say your boat would probably never level out ever again. You would be like this in the water, like, but you'd be going like 30 miles an hour just with your fucking nose straight up in the air.
That's right. If we could put some ballast in the front of it to get it down, then we'd
maybe I'll put a spare motor in the front so it balances out. Then you'll be like this far above the water line.
We're gonna need one hell of a battery to power that.
Yeah, pretty big battery. That's I don't know what the amperage is on that one. I'll have to check that out for you too. But that's a 600 volt motor. So
he doesn't understand that. They're on a completely different system.
yeah,
He's got 50 hertz. We'll have to convert it over to 50 hertz too.
Oh fuck, dude, you're screwed down there. Although I think most of the shit I get in nowadays, because it's all kind of produced internationally, I think a lot of it can handle 50 hertz.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the shit I'm getting nowadays can.
Yeah, a lot of it'll say 60/50.
Yeah.
50 hertz is more efficient though when you think about it. You're crossing 0 less times, so.
Yeah, well, hey. Yeah,
Hey, they got one thing right.
Yeah. We had new tubes put in a chiller this week too.
I'm gonna start calling your old boss at like 3 a.m.
Okay. Start sending pictures of your penis.
When you Google it, is that her number or is that the office number?
Office.
Yeah, so she's probably not going to get any photos.
No. Why is that the number you were calling?
I don't think I have her personal number. I think I had it at one time, but I don't have it.
I know I sent it to you at one time, but I don't even have it anymore.
Damn it.
I'll find some other ones to send you. Don't worry.
Now, we do know somebody that it does ring his house phone.
Is that McAnus?
Yes.
Okay.
We got to bring we got to get Ryan in here one day.
Yeah, I remember he got cussed out by McAnus' wife one day. That was fucking
You
hysterical.
recorded it too. That was pretty funny.
That was fucking hysterical.
Old McNutt.
Yeah, Ryan would be fun to have in there. I haven't talked to him for a while. To send him a picture of my asshole or something.
I haven't talked to him either.
I think he commented on my video of the air handler or something I posted. Oh no, maybe it was the ice machine. I think I cleaned a lot of ice.
Oh yeah,
machines
because
this
didn't
week.
he send the photo of him driving or something in the snow?
Yeah, driving in the snow, and then he was working on a continental reach-in.
He was working on his boyfriend's Continental Divide. I don't know.
Wow.
It's 87 degrees here. Well, that's because you're in the southern hemisphere, dummy.
Yeah, you fucker.
It's summertime there. See, the Earth's axis is not straight.
Earths.
Earth.
Earths.
EARF.
I had a geography teacher who used to say Earths. Like instead of saying Earths, because he didn't like to go through the whole process of saying Earths, so he used to call it Earths.
I had a
And he
science
would-
teacher that called them lines.
He said he did that intentionally. I also used to have a English teacher who was teaching me about proper English. He used to say sentence instead of sentence.
Sentence?
Mm-hmm.
Like no T?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that explains a lot of what's wrong with the world.
I thought you were going to say me, but that would be true too. But
Well, I'm assuming there was more than just you in that class.
Yeah.
Unless it was a very, very special class.
I could show you some snow right now, Garth. There's like 9 inches on the ground right now. That's what
Dude,
she said.
those are rookie numbers. New York got like 45 inches.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to make them stay home.
That's right. God knows the governor's not going to do it.
Hey, no politics now.
That wasn't politics. It just said the governor's not going to make him do it.
Well, see, look at this. I didn't even come up with a subject, and we've had nothing but awesome BS. Because nobody's watching anyway.
Yeah, well, we're awesome.
I'll come
Clearly.
up with a subject for next week. Figure out something good.
For Christmas Day?
I thought you said we weren't doing it on Christmas Day.
Well, that would be next week.
Well, I said next week, but I didn't say the actual day, jackass. And technically, if we're talking a week from now, that's Saturday anyway.
Not for Gareth. For Gareth, it's Sunday.
Oh, we're not worried about Garth over there. He's all fucked up. He can't even figure out if he has the same gun in the picture or not.
He doesn't. Dude,
Oh, shit.
You realize we could go over there and we could just like own his country with the amount
Like
of
in a-
airsoft guns that we have.
Like, probably in a matter of like hours.
I'm gonna say
And
it's probably gonna take a week. It's a big country. There's a lot of land to take over.
I'm only worried about the major cities.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If we get them, we kind of
Because if we take the major cities, the people in the bush are going to go along with us anyway. Because they probably hate the cities. So, fuck 'em.
honestly, from what it sounds like, we could probably convert a lot of them to our side just by like offering.
I wonder if
relaxed
like
gun laws.
I wonder if like if we go over there, like take their country, will they come back here and help us retake ours?
If we have
Sure
their
thing.
country, we'll just keep theirs. I mean, if we're
but
running
they
it,
don't
we
have-
just
but
build it
they-
in our image.
We'd have to start importing chickens though, because I like Chick-fil-A.
We could probably get a Chick-fil-A over there.
We could manage it somehow. It'd be like fucking $17 for a chicken sandwich, but
We own the country.
take the East Coast, you take Australia. Okay, thanks for the advice.
We have an insider.
I have
Bring
an airsoft gun that has a scope on it that's 24 power. So I mean, I got some distance.
I
on
can
that
hit
bad boy.
you with a 6mm BB from a long way off.
Yeah,
Good God. Could you imagine the dope you would have to put on that to
I actually tested that scope one day. Man, you don't think of how far you could see in detail with a 24 power scope until you actually try it.
We were doing a hotel job and I brought one
Oh,
up onto
fuck.
a roof. We were looking at different stuff around the city.
It's fun.
No airsoft gun. We left the airsoft gun at home. I just brought the
Yeah,
scope.
yeah. You just take the scope with you. Hey, that's what's nice about having it mounted on a Picatinny rail. That way you could just quickly detach it and not disturb anything.
He says I got a baseball bat behind the front door.
I actually do in my house too. That's just
I got
because
one
I
in the
don't,
bedroom.
that's just because I don't know if my grandma can shoot straight.
Hey, you never know. You might need to. Oh, you fucking closed it again. Jesus, rookie move. You would think this is number 14. He can't get this crap right yet. 14 episodes. He closes it at least once an episode.
Whoopsie.
You already did that once this episode.
My bad.
You think
I
after
actually went
14 you can get it right?
I went to click on the chat and I hit the leave button. I was like, oh shit. They're right next to each other.
Well, that's just dumb. Hey, you never know. You might need to throw the bat at somebody, get a little more time to get to the pistol.
Yeah, but I urge you, if you have the chance to play around with the scope, do it. I was looking at shit like 4 blocks away and I was like, oh, that's extraordinarily detailed.
Oh, yeah.
So the next thing you know, you see like a grandma walking out of the shower with no clothes on. You're like, ah!
Why are
The
you
next-
looking in people's windows?
It was a joke, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. It's not a joke. It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
You could have put her in the backyard, though.
Who, grandma or the scope?
Well, either one, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't use my backyard. I only use my side yard.
I use my backyard.
I have my backyard's fairly small, but I have a whole house lot next to my house, so I use the side yard.
Mine would actually make a great shooting lane if it wasn't for the fact that I was inside the city, and I would never do that because that would be a crime.
Let's go next door.
It could work. Actually, so all I have to do is walk down my backyard, go across the creek, and I can basically do whatever I want because that's the county at that point.
There you go. Done.
Or hop on the ATV and go down to more or less one of my neighbor's houses, and he's in the county too.
You know,
we missed it by like that much.
you know, in my county, it's illegal to discharge a rifle
In the county?
for hunting purposes. Self-defense is another thing, but for hunting purposes, and basically even in shooting ranges, like have to go through special permissions to be able to use rifles.
I know the rifle ranges require extra like reinforcements in the backstop and things like that. Which is why you can't shoot like green tips or XM88, I think they are.
Yeah, there's a range. I don't remember where it's at. There's a couple of them. There's one up north of me where you could actually rent like full auto ARs and shit.
There's
Like
one in
M6.
Charlotte like that. Well, I think it's Gastonia, but Charlotte.
There's another one where it's a range you go to, like you pay for and everything. It's on their website, like flat rates, but you can literally only get full auto guns. Like it's a machine gun range. You could get like M60s, Tommy guns, MG32s, full auto scars. You could shoot, I mean, they have actual M72 grenade launchers. Obviously, you're not shooting explosives out of it, but still pretty cool.
Well, with the right forms and enough background check, you can actually get an under barrel grenade launcher for your AR-15. It's next to impossible, but you can't shoot grenades. But I do have a friend that if I ever got one, the first thing I would do is run over to his house and shoot a flashbang through his front window in the middle of the night.
There's I actually just looked at it online, and I could go purchase it without paperwork or anything. It's a 1948 Enfield Mark 3 or 4.
Yeah, because it falls under an antique at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it has the attachment that you could put on to launch grenades, and it's okay. Because if you put the 303 British blanks in it, and you put that attachment on there, it can shoot. That's how it shot the grenades.
Yep.
And the guy's like, I have a blast shooting tennis balls all the time with it. You imagine that? Just have a rifle, you're just shooting fucking tennis balls out of the end of it. That'd be so fun.
Well, that golf ball launcher for the AR-15 just looks fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does look like I want to just launch a golf ball into the next county.
I'll have to send you the link to that full auto machine gun range, because actually, if you come up here for my bachelor party, that's where I want it to be.
Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, they have everything up there. And they get a lot of really cool antique stuff, because recently they've been auctioning off some authentic World War II M1 Garands.
Oh, supposedly there's a
Picture it didn't happen. I can send you guys the link to it.
That might not be a good idea. It might find itself in my airsoft safe.
Oh no, you'd have to like come way up here and get it.
It might find itself in my airsoft safe.
It's okay. Whatever. It's like $600 too.
It might find itself in my airsoft safe.
Trust me.
You've already hit oil. Stop drilling.
Trust me, it almost ended up in my airsoft safe. There wasn't other things I needed at the moment. Other airsoft guns.
Supposedly there's a range somewhere in Monroe here that you can, it's an outdoor range that you can like shoot cars and like blow stuff up with tannerite, and like it's like no rules almost.
I have ranges like those. They just seem to exist in undisclosed locations.
We have ranges like that as well.
Put it this way, I had a lot of fun seeing the damage that long-range birdshot can do to a cooler. Pretty awesome.
Have I sent you the video of how we disposed of that television?
I think you did.
Okay, then.
You should really not go to the gun show that we have, because there's definitely not awesome things there. Like, really not awesome things.
I'm sensing some sarcasm.
I will not mention what it's called or where it is and when it comes to town, but I can tell you right now that just for fun, I almost bought a grenade filled with dried peas. It was like $15, and I was like, if I leave here and get pulled over for speeding and somebody finds this, like, I am in such shit that it's not even funny. Because he's like, you literally pull the pin on it, throw it, and it explodes and just shoots dried peas everywhere. I'm like, can you imagine dispersing a crowd with such a thing? It doesn't kill anyone, it just fucking hurt. He's like, it's like getting attacked by a swarm of Africanized bees. I'm like, I'm gonna leave now.
So back when I was doing some residential, I had a customer offer to give me and I'm not going to disclose any personal customer information.
No.
But I had a customer offer to give me a live, legit M87 frag grenade as a tip.
He's like, here. Like, no.
He was like,
no.
He was like,
The hell,
yeah,
like-
pretty much. He was like, he was like, here, take this. You want one? I was like, this is a trick question.
Like,
You're
who do you
not
work for?
tricking me, Mr. ATF.
Yeah, like who do you work for?
He was like,
Oh, come on, man, I won't say nothing. No, there's no bullshit. No.
he was a cool dude. He was an older guy. He was in Vietnam. He was like, yeah, he's like, I just brought it home after the war. I was like, you
It's like, so
what?
you mean to tell me you took an M87 on an airplane? Like, I understand that was a long time ago, but like, I'm pretty sure it
I'm
was
pretty
still
sure.
that like it's been frowned upon for a long time to take hand grenades on airplanes. Could be wrong.
Now, and mind you, people typically only give you a tip if they're in surplus of whatever they're trying to tip you with.
Exactly.
So at some point, he sat down and was like, I have too many hand grenades.
Either that or like the Alphabet Bureau was like, he got a tip that he was getting ready to get his door knocked on like the next day.
I would not do that. He seemed like the kind of guy that like
I
had
mean,
range markers set up out there and like,
you know, I mean, if you got them, hey, whatever. I'm not going to say nothing, but there's a few lines that I will not cross. That is most certainly one of them.
well, my thing was, so I was like, I've had a lot of people that are like, oh, you should have taken it. You should have taken it. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with it when I have it?
Right. What the hell am I just going to be like, I'm fishing one day and get drunk and just chuck the fucking thing in the water. It's going to blow up. And then people are going to be like, somebody just
What
threw
the
a
hell
fucking
was that?
hand grenade in the river. Either that
Not
or the
Not
person
to
you're
mention, I
fishing
have no idea what the safe distance is. Like, how far do I have to throw this?
All right. No, my luck, I'm gonna slip like an asshole and drop it on the ground next to me, be like, oh shit. Either that or the person next to me is gonna be just turn and look at me and be like, where the fuck did you get a hand grenade? Be like,
Just take it to the indoor range next time you go.
yeah, that'll work out well. Like, you want to see me do some damage to a cooler? Check this shit out. Just fucking drop a grenade in it. Be like, where the hell did you get a grenade? Be like,
Thought you were gonna take a crap in it or something. What the hell is this?
well, it's like I went to this person's house one time and knocked on a door, and I go in. This was on residential as well, and I come. And he's like, "All right, the unit's around back." He's like, "I already got it turned on. Just go out there." Okay, so I go back here. I can hear it hum, so I know, contactors pulled in or whatever. So I know he has it turned on. Okay, bad run cap, whatever. Changed out the contactor too because they looked a little bad. Started up, and I'm like, okay. Let it run for a little bit. I'll go inside, take some supply return temp, see what my rise is, and all that bullshit. Well, I come in the house and I start looking around. I'm like, holy fuck! Like, it's just wall to wall, like Nazi memorabilia. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is interesting. And then I walk into this guy's dining room, and what do I see sitting on this stand except for a fucking MG32? I'm like, where'd you get that from? It's like, I used to travel to Germany a lot when I was young. He's like, look over there. And I look over, it's like an STG 44. And I'm like, oh,
Hey, you just pull them out of the sand off the beach of Normandy.
yeah. I'm like, I was like, how'd you get away with this shit? And he's like, this was back before, paperwork. And I'm like, okay.
Well, back in like World War One and World War Two, if you wanted to send a German Luger home during World War II, you wrapped it up in brown paper and wrote your address on it.
Well, that's the thing. He's like, I bought all this shit before all the weird laws started. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm perfectly legal to have it. I said, hey, I'm not saying shit. I just don't want you to get pissed at me when all of a sudden I hear, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to like duck because, you're going to like cut the house in half.
You get pissed off with the price.
Yeah. And then I'm looking around and I got to the front window and there's like this display case and it has like some scribbled, there's like a piece of color. Oh, it was old looking, coloring paper and scribbled shit on it and had a dinner plate with a silver spoon and fork next to it. And I'm like, you got all this cool, you got like swords and shit and pictures of Hitler on the wall and shit. I'm like, what's the significance of this shit? And he's like, that picture was colored by Hitler when he was a kid, and that was his dinner plate. And I'm like, where the fuck did you get that from?
How do you even verify that?
He's like, I went through a lot of hoops to make sure that was The real deal. He's like, I can promise you that was the real deal. I said, okay. I'm just like, man, this motherfucker, like, if I decide to rob somebody, like, I'm not going to go rob the bank. I'm going to rob this asshole because I can sell that shit for a fortune.
I went into this. I'll tell you this quick story, and then we'll wrap it up. But I went into this one guy's house, and
Goodbye,
he had a bunch of like German World War II era uniforms.
I love
And
those.
he was-
They were always
he-
super nice, prim and proper.
Yeah, they took a lot of pride in the medals and
Yeah, they were very dapper people.
yeah. They should have taken some more pride in their weaponry.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, I mean, you're killing off millions of Jews and you're having them create the weapons, like not a great business plan.
Yeah, hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But he had all this stuff in there, and he's older guy. I got to talking to him. I was like, so what's with the stuff in the closet? And he was like, oh, I fought for the German army during World War II. I was like, cool. He was like, yeah, I came over here afterwards. I was like,
I
clearly.
noticed.
He was a super nice, like super chill guy, which I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Every now and again,
I
you
guess
meet those
fast
ones that
is
are a
fast.
little bit different. Just a little bit different. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way.
That was the cool part about residential, though, that you don't get in commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, commercial, you're going to the building, but
Yeah. That was like you never knew what you were going to find. And sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad.
being in houses that had stripper poles and sex swings and
Yeah, that's always good.
houses with apparently former Nazis.
Yeah, like that house, the guy had all Nazi memorabilia to go to the next house, and some lady's expressing to me how she doesn't like to shower and go to the next house, and some person's trying to sleep with you and go to the next house. Somebody wants to tickle your ass. Never know.
Okay, so we got to address that somebody wants to sleep with you. That is not how it is portrayed online.
No, it does not happen that way at all. And I can tell you right now, if half of them fucking looked like that, I would have done it already.
Exactly. None of them look like the
Shit
ones
doesn't
online, as a
happen.
matter of fact.
No, it's not like I'm going to write you the bill. Well, this is how I'm going to pay you. And the next thing you know, she's on her knees. But no, it doesn't work
Never
that way.
once. Never once. It's
No.
bullshit.
It's upsetting.
I'm
wish-
starting to think these scenarios that they put online are not accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could walk up the doors of Pizza Deliver a guy with my dick in the box and that'd be acceptable.
They just call the cops when I do it and start screaming about how they didn't order a pizza.
Yeah, it's unbelievable nowadays. And the
It's
cops
the-
that show up, let me tell you, they definitely are not as friendly as the ones online.
No, he doesn't want to join in at all.
No. Oh, wait.
He's annoyed.
Oh, you mean the real ones? Yeah. I thought you meant the ones online. I'd be like, wait a minute. You're watching a totally different video than me.
We've brought it back around to the Germans. This is some weird dungeon porn.
Yeah, well, we're not going to go that route. Well, this has been
think-
quite a fun discussion.
I think it's time for you to say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching, all 4 of you. And as
Hey,
always, like and
We are
subscribe.
up to 4. Very good.
I'm surprised because I literally cannot see those numbers at all.
But for a
took
while,
a
it was
guess.
just Girth and his long nose.
Girth. Fucking girth.
Bastard.
Well, David, if you do watch this, thanks for watching the fucking show.
All right, everybody. We'll figure out something for next week, and we'll.
I
get
promise
it
I
out to
will
you
do
guys.
so much better. I won't say so much better, but I'll at least have a subject.
Something that doesn't involve bashing an alphabet agency that should be a convenience store.
Assholes, twats, and fuckholes. I'm gonna say fuckholes, fuck holsters, whatever I could find.
Fuck
Okay,
sticks.
good. Yeah, there you go.
All
It works.
right. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace.